Hello. I don't know about you, but for me at least, the idea of making a presentation for a meeting, for instance, from scratch seems kind of daunting these days now that we have AI and we are used to AI doing so much of our digital work. A lot of us would probably use AI to generate the content for a presentation, but actually the biggest constraint now that we have AI is our ability to interact with elements on the screen. Imagine your favorite AI client like ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, Claude, whatever, generates the content for the presentation, but now you have to actually do the whole setup of the presentation. You have to copy paste the content into your software for like a PowerPoint or Google Slides or whatever you use for presentation, and you need to do the graphical setup, you need to find some images and so on. So there's still a lot of setup to be done. And what I've been using a lot lately is a AI tool called Plus AI. They use LLMs to generate the content, but the idea is that Plus AI is integrated directly into the presentation software you already use, whether that's Google Docs or PowerPoint or even the cloud version of PowerPoint. It's simply a plugin that integrates directly into the platform you already use. And then they can generate the content. They can do the whole graphical setup of your presentation based on prompts you give Plus AI directly within your presentation software. No matter what kind of presentation you want to create, you just describe that presentation, the content, give it some context, and also define the length of your presentation, even which language you want your presentation to be in, and Plus AI will simply start creating your presentation, and you can, of course, continuously edit that presentation and re-prompt it and so on. So for me, at least, I see that as a game changer because it removes this need of directly acting like the middle layer between your AI and the software you use for the end product. You completely skip that step of like copy pasting kind of work you don't really want to do anywhere, and it's very time consuming most of the time. So I think it's a big time saver, and it also improves the end product you have because you suddenly have way more time to fine tune even more than you would have otherwise. So in this video, I will basically go over Plus AI, show how it works, show how to create a presentation, how to edit presentation, how to present data, and so on. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, the first step is to install Plus AI into your favorite presentation software. Currently, they support Google Slides and PowerPoint, both, as mentioned, the Mac and Windows versions and the web version of PowerPoint. But you simply sign up with your Google or Microsoft account, and then you can try out Plus AI for free. And basically, you will be guided by Plus AI on how to install it into your platform. So it's essentially a plugin you install within your slide software. Once you've installed the plugin, you will see it, depending, of course, on the platform you use, you will see it somewhere in your slide software. In my case, I'm using the Mac version of PowerPoint. So I have it as an add-in in the home menu. So it's simply an icon called Plus AI, and you click it. And after it's done loading, you'll be able to press New Presentation. And in here, we get various options. First of all, it's actually possible to set up your custom branding. I won't do that now, but it's just so you know it's there. You can define like your favorite colors and fonts and so on. So it's very flexible in that sense. But let's go back to let's go to the template selector, and then we can find a layout that we like. And in my case, I'm going to create a presentation about the future of AI. I think the theme of my presentation will be AI in 2030, because I also think it's kind of interesting to see how AI itself thinks the state of AI will be in 5 years' time. So let's pick a rather futuristic layout. I kind of like Aurora. So let's use this template. And we press use a prompt. I mean, you can use various contexts of for Plus AI. You can write the prompt yourself. You can upload a file like a existing, let's say you have like a long Word document or whatever that contains sort of the gist of the content you want to present. You can simply upload that as a context, and you can also do it a bit more manually, where you do it slide by slide, where you specify the content of each slide. But in our case, I'll use a prompt. And once you're in here, you'll see that you have different options in terms of what kind of presentation you want to generate, like general pitch deck, client proposal, and so on. I think since we want to do like a bigger presentation on the topic of AI in 2030, I will choose deep dive. And what you'll notice is when you click a preset, it's actually just a prompt that's pre-filled. In this case, it's like the template is put together a deep dive presentation on the automated car wash market and whether or not it would be a good business opportunity to buy a car wash franchise. Obviously, we are not interested in doing a presentation on car wash franchises, so we just take the part we actually want. In this case, put together a deep dive presentation, and then we will, in this case, write something like on the state of AI in the year 2030. Specifically, I'd like to focus on the state of AGI as well as, let's say, physical AI, such as robotics, humanoids, self-driving technology, and so on. Okay, so, and in the right side, you can also choose language. We'll just keep English for now. You can also select the number of slides you want if you have a specific amount of slides in mind. But in our case, I'll just choose auto, because I also think the AI would probably have a better idea of sort of the scope it's aiming for. So let's just press generate outline, because it won't actually create the presentation at first. It will create an outline that you can go and approve and potentially edit before it will generate the final presentation, or like the first iteration of the presentation. So we have a proposal now for the outline from Plus AI. So this is sort of the structure it's proposing. So in our case, we have a title slide, agenda, overview, the different topics, conclusion, and so on. And what we can do is to actually go into each of these and see the proposed content. Like we can edit the prompts for each slide. We can edit the proposed layout. Like in this case, State of AI in 2030. It has a proposed title. It has the prompt for this specific slide and the proposed layout and so on. So this can be done for each slide if you need some specific content. But in our case, we will just see what it does out of the box. So I'll press generate presentation. And of course, that will take just a minute or two to create. All right, so now it's done generating. It even got the date correct and everything. Let's give it a thumbs up. I think so far it looks quite good. So let's just close the plugin. So let's take a look at the presentation. So AI in 2030, the future of AGI and physical AI. I would say it like the design looks really nice, and this is also one of the reasons why I love using Plus AI, because obviously you can use something like Copilot as well to help generate slides, but I just think the quality is much higher with Plus AI. Like actually the designs and sort of the visuals and even the content itself is just better in my opinion. Okay, let's take a look. So agenda, guess this is how it is, and overview. So it gives like this intro. I'm not gonna go through. Don't worry, I'm not gonna go through all of it. But like a quick skim, it looks pretty legit. And then you will see that it even has like a tip for each slide, so that how you can actually improve each slide, basically provided by Plus AI. So let's continue, and yeah. So you see it even creates graphics, and what I really like is that the graphics, they actually work with the style, like the template you choose. So in this case, it has this sort of gradient. So what we can do now is that we can actually keep working on this presentation with Plus AI. So again, we click on plus AI in the right side. And then now we press edit with AI. And let's try to add a new slide. In here, we can basically select the layout of the new slide. So I want to create something that visualizes some data. So let's pick something like let's do a metrics slide. So we press here, and then I actually had ChatGPT just write a paragraph on some data of AI in 2030 that could be visualized, just to show how it works if you have like a text that you want to that includes some metrics that you want to visualize. So I'll paste that into the description. So in this case, it's like by 2030, the adoption of AI tools in enterprise workflows has surged by over 85%. So in this case, we will just put the title. Let's put corporate adoption in 2030. Okay, and we selected the layout. We have the same template. It's English. So let's try to generate this. Okay, so it's done. And let's see. Okay, so what you'll see is actually quite cool. So what Plus AI did was that it took this long text that we had from ChatGPT, but it could also be from your own documents, of course, and then it extracted that data and pulled out the numbers and the facts, like 85% of enterprises using AI, 12 trillion, I think, USD annual economic impact. It's quite profound. 400% productivity increase, 10 industries transformed. I think this is really cool because you can have a lot of text. You can copy it from existing documents. You have like long format text, and then you say, okay, for this text, I know there are some facts in here, and I want to present that in a more presentation style format. You don't need to manually go and find all those numbers. You just paste in the entire thing, and then Plus AI will extract the important information, and then in this case, show it in a sort of data format. Another really cool feature is the remix function of Plus AI. And what it does is that it actually remixes a slide into a new format, like a new visual style that you choose. And what you can also do is if you don't like the content on a particular slide, you can simply paste in a lot of new content before you then remix the slide. So in my case, for this slide, I think this could be improved a bit and made a bit more visual. And then I actually also had ChatGPT write a super long report on the challenges facing AI in 2030 that I want Plus AI to use instead of these current points. So we can simply just delete the existing text. Then I will paste in this extremely long, let's go back, extremely long report. It even downsized it so much because it's like 10 pages long or something. But that doesn't really matter. We don't need to be able to read it now. We just press Plus AI again and edit with AI, remix a slide. And let's find something visual so it actually generates some images. So in our case, let's choose this one. So we have 3 images and 3 sort of paragraphs. So we want Plus AI to extract sort of the main points from this super long report. I also generate 3 images that go along with that report and those points. So yeah, let's try this. We press just do this, and then we press remix. So what Plus AI has done here is that it has extracted 3 main points from this report from ChatGPT and presented it in 3 paragraphs and generated graphics to go along with those 3 points. So in this case, it shows reliability and explainability, fairness and human impact, and environmental and societal risks with the headline challenges facing AI in 2030. And I think the graphics, they're pretty nice, and they suit the theme, the graphical theme quite well. So I think this is really cool because any existing data you have, no matter how like comprehensive it is, you can just throw it all at Plus AI and it will turn it into sort of the format you choose. So this is really nice, and it's a big time saver, I think. The last feature I'm going to show relates to language. I think in general, it's really cool, like the fluidity in languages we get with AI, that it doesn't really matter which languages we operate in. And the same applies to Plus AI. So let's say we want to translate like a single slide. It could also be the entire presentation, but let's just say we want to translate a slide. It's really simple. We just go to the Plus AI menu, and in here we can easily rewrite the text. And when we rewrite the text, we can actually select the language. I already had Danish pre-selected because I speak Danish. I'm Danish, so we just try to translate this existing English slide into Danish, and yeah, I can obviously tell if it's correct. So let's see. And for instructions, we can just write something simple like translate existing text, because we actually like the text in English. We just want it in Danish. We could also choose presets, like if it should have a certain style. We could also select rewrite all slides, and it would just translate all of them into Danish. But let's just do the current one. And it's been rewritten. Yep, muligheder og fremtidsudsigter. So this is, let me just quickly read it. Årtiet efter 2030 byder på store muligheder med AI, og global samarbejde vil sikre, at AI's fordele deles retfærdigt på verdensplan. So this is completely correct. No issues there. It's perfect Danish. The only reason why it has the errors is because my language is set to English, so it obviously thinks it's a mistake, but it's actually all correct. So this is really cool, and it's a big time saver if, say, you have to give a presentation in multiple languages. Which kinds of presentations are you going to make with Plus AI? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you learned something new from the video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel. That helps us a lot. See you soon with another video, and have a great day. Bye bye.